Okay, guys, good morning. It's time to get started with role plays. So for those of you that are going to compete in DECA, if this is your first time, then a role play is going to be a portion of what you're going to be doing for your DECA competitions. For those of you that are not going to get involved in DECA and are just going to be an introduction to business student, you're going to view a role play as something that would help you in interviews and also help you in future jobs and also careers. Because very often, no matter which avenue you go into for a job or for a career, there's always going to be problems that you have to solve. And when you solve the problem, you need to make sure that you're hitting different performance indicators and most importantly, that you can articulate your idea. So we want to get you started. We're going to have you do a little sample, get some feedback before we actually try to do an entire role play together. So one of the very first things you're going to notice is that we talk about performance indicators. Performance indicators, sampled here on the right-hand side, are going to be the areas that the judge or your boss or your employer is wanting you to hit. So those are kind of like when a teacher gives you an assignment and they're going to let you know you need to have 8 slides, you need to have 4 sources, you need to have XYZ, whatever it is. So the performance indicators are going to be very important. It's what they want you to talk about and what they want you to hit. And we're going to practice those a little bit later. So typically, whenever we do a role play, we're going to do something called a role play helper. So a role play helper is going to help you take a look at the role play, read the role play, and first of all, kind of get an idea of what's the overall gist of what's going on to the role play. And then on the bottom of the page, it's going to break it down for you with those performance indicators so that you can provide a correct answer for that. Whenever we deal with these performance indicators, we kind of say, and it's a little bit cheesy, that you really want to hit them with a 1-2 punch. So take a look at this slide. Here are examples of 2 different performance indicators. And then on the right-hand side, you can notice the 1-2 punch. So if we take a look right here, it says, explain the need for entrepreneurial discovery. And the reason why it has the word entrepreneurship in parentheses is because with regards to DECA, that question, that performance indicator, is from the entrepreneurship area, which is why that's there. So whenever we give an answer for this, we want to make sure that we address the performance indicator. So I want to say something for sure about the need of entrepreneurial discovery, but then I also need to tie it into the role play. So the role play is going to give me a specific scenario that's going on. So I don't really want to just give the boss or my judge a definition of entrepreneurial discovery because I'm trying to provide an answer for this case study. And then again, here's another entrepreneurship example. Assess the global trends and opportunities for business ventures. So again, address the performance indicator, let the boss or judge know that you know what that is, you get it, and then tie it back into the role play that is going on. So that's what we're going to get started with today, so that we can take a look at it. So right now, in just a second, you would come on over and you would open up your Cyber Role Play Breakout. In your Cyber Role Play Breakout, it's going to be an individual activity for you. On slide 1, you're going to see a link to the role play. I'm going to go ahead and follow that so you can take a look at it. When this opens up for us, I'm going to be able to notice a couple different things at the top. So first of all, this actually is a DECA role play. So for those of you that are going to pursue DECA, you are looking at a real role play. And we want to identify a couple pieces for you. So first of all, you're going to notice in the top left-hand corner that it says PHT. That's going to be the category that you're doing a role play for with DECA. That stands for Principles of Hospitality. And then it also will tell you that your role play is going to be on the topic of emotional intelligence. We talked about those performance indicators. So we've got 4 of them right here. They happen to be in blue, talking about self-esteem, stress management, demonstrating initiative, and personal growth. I would say you're probably pretty familiar with what those topics are. I would then come on down and take a look at the scenario. So I'm going to read the scenario. It's not very long. You're going to do that on your own. I'm then going to flip back over here to my Google Sheet, and I want to come on down and select just one of the slides that's open. There should be enough slides for each of you to have one. So I've now read this story about Polly's Sports Bar, And I need to answer these questions, but I want to answer the questions in first person. So when you say role play, kind of think about that you're reading a play or that you're doing a play. So you're going to step right into the role of it. What we're looking for you to do here is your introduction, explain the concept of self-esteem, and then also describe the nature of stress management. But I don't want to just know the vocabulary term because I can look that up on my own. So what I want to know is, do you understand what self-esteem is, and can you relate it to the story of Polly's Sports Bar? So can you tell me what that's all about, and can you relate it to the situation that we're talking about in Polly's Sports Bar? And that's what we're talking about on this idea of this 1-2 punch and how that is going to bring you success in an interview, in a career situation, and also in your DECA role play. As you work on this breakout room today, you can probably kind of see what's going to happen, that you're each going to have your own slide. Obviously, look and see what other people did, but let's make sure you get your own practice. And then next week, I'm going to provide you feedback and let you know if you're on the right track or if we need to do a little bit more work. I hope that this is informational for you and it helps you out. And again, one quick reminder, if you'd like to get involved with DECA, then our sign-up date for East High School DECA is October 14th. But if you're a Henderson a Henderson cyber student or a Ruston cyber student, you want to check with those homeschool situations and see when you would sign up. Good luck to everybody. Reach out if you have any problems. Take care.